Hello everybody, welcome to another tutorial. How can we organize our stuff and the environment where we're working so that we can be more efficient and have more productivity in our work? When it comes to organizing my files, anytime I'm producing something, this is what I end up doing. So I come over here and I kind of memorize the steps of where to go from there. And right here I have my Logic, and the same thing I do over here, I do it with a backup. I try to do a backup. I have like 3 hard drives where I like to back up stuff. One is a very large hard drive and the other one is kind of less storage space, but still I use all of them just to make sure I have enough backup in case I ever need something. Sometimes you might have your stuff in just one hard drive and that hard drive might not open. Then you're like, frustrated for not finding your information. Or you might have your computer as a backup and then something happened to your computer, you have to replace it and you cannot find the stuff that you were working on. So that's what I try to do. Like right here, I like to organize anything that I'm doing in Logic in 4 folders. The first one is just anything raw. Like if I'm working on a project but it's incomplete, that means the arrangement is incomplete. There's something missing, pieces missing. That's where I pretty much put it on. So until I get it complete, then I move it into number 2. Okay. And what I try to do with these, I actually have a specific time during the day, either weekend or day, just to work on each one of these areas. That way I keep them moving and I don't get stuck them in here. Like for instance, I have a specific time, like let's say to work on this category, I work around 10:30 Monday through Friday trying to get this out. And obviously I keep getting new ideas and I keep piling in here. So eventually just having less in here. So that's the whole objective, that anything you're working on is getting out. And then over here on number 2, I have arrangements that are completely done, that all I need is to put melody, because I created tracks and I don't know what type of melody or theme, the lyrics that these songs will have. So that's where I start working on. And the names I put whatever name I think of, just so that I can recognize a little bit. Like I start putting dates. I think that's a little bit easier for me. But any name works over here, just to have, instead of putting everything like 1, 2, 3, just I just find something, put on something. And then whenever I get something like lyrics or so, then I come over here and I change to the full, like the end up name for that specific track. And as you can see, the names of these songs are in Spanish because that's my first language. That's the type of music most of the time that I'm doing, songs in Spanish. And so from here I bring it all the way here. So whenever I have the melody, what I do over here is, whenever I'm working on this session, instead of going all the way to the booth, to the mic and all that, I just record with the computer mic. It sounds a little bit noisy and all that kind of stuff, but it gets the work done, which is having the melody, having the lyrics. And then I move this one all the way to, whenever I have them fully done, I just move them into recording vocals. When I'm over here in this step, that's when I get weekends on the vocal booth, and then I start actually recording, doing couple trials with the vocals. Like whatever I have available now, I have the lyrics, I have the melody. All I have to do is put it into, a nice condenser microphone. And then from there, I start putting harmonies and anything that I can think of. And before I start doing that, I forget about something. I try to find that the actual tone of the song works for my voice. That means if I have to go up 2 semitones or 3 semitones, that's where I start deciding what's best for that specific song, like what type of scale works better for my vocals. And that's something I do in between here. Whenever I have everything recorded, then I move that into, like, let's say I finish this one, I just move it all the way to the mixing. And once I'm over here on the mixing part, that's when I have another specific time to work just on mixes, and I get this one completely done. Whenever I have this one done, I just finish the whole process, and that will be somewhere else. And whenever I have that, then I move into LANDR and I use the mastering they have available. That way I don't have to worry about having to do too much work. So these are production, and then composing, recording those vocals, and then finally getting them out. So that's kind of the steps that I do, and I noticed that by doing this, it helped me be more productive and actually getting the stuff done in a more efficient way. Because sometimes when you have so much, you're like, you don't know where to start, what to start. Like, for instance, if I'm going to start on working on a melody, I just pick one and boom, just work that one and get it out. And then I go to the next step and so forth. So that's when it comes to organizing stuff. I try to do it everything by steps. And when it comes over here inside the DAW, I try to make sure that if there's a sound that I like, instead of wasting too much time going back into my, let's say, Nexus or whatever I'm using for the sounds, my library sounds, I try to obviously use the hearts and things that are already featured inside them. But I also do the following, which is to save channel strip setting as. That way I can create my own folders inside Logic, inside my DAW, and I can come back into these sounds that I like. And I keep, like on the pianos, you can see I use quite a lot of pianos. Now I have all these to choose from. And then I keep adding, like, since I have these, and the whole point is to keep adding. The more you are producing, it's not that you want to have everything fill up in here. You just want to put the ones that you love the best. Like, if I have to choose an organ and I don't want to go into the hassle of finding one organ, I just choose this one because I use it a couple times and I like it. Or if there's a piano, then I can choose from here. Like, this one is cinematic, calm, so I kind of label it, put a certain name. Like, this one I know is very strong. So, and this one is like Kygo's favorite. It's called Warm Realistic from, this is from Waves. And that way I can keep everything a little bit moving faster. So that's my tutorial about how I'm working to be a little bit more productive. I hope you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye-bye.